One of the most sought after ideas we have in our life is that good things happen to good people. And similarly, bad things happen to the bad people. Okay, so why do you feel like that? Why do you feel that good things only happen to good people and bad things only happen to the bad people? First of all, what do we mean by good things? By good things, we generally mean being nice, being kind, having good intentions, having doing good actions, not harming anyone, right? These are the so-called good things. And simply by bad things, we mean doing harm to others. So all of us, I mean, most of us have this belief in us that if we do good things, we'll somehow get a return. In return, we'll get some good occurrences in our life. If we do good deeds, good outcomes will follow. But does it actually happen? First of all, we have to know the difference between the civilized society, the rules, and the fairness of the universe. Okay, so we live in a society where society has evolved to be highly sophisticated, governed by rules. There are agencies in our society, in our countries, that look after these rules laid out to run a smooth civilization, to run a smooth, educated society. In today's civilization, good deeds are rewarded and bad deeds are punished. Okay, there are laws laid out, there are courts, there are judges who look after the laws created by a society to help the society operate in a smooth manner. Now, suppose if you're outside, if you're on the streets, or if you are riding a car or a bike, if you follow the rules of the roads, you will be rewarded with no punishment. Like, you will be rewarded, but you won't be punished either. But if you go to the wrong side, you break the rules and you will be punished. Okay, so there are systems laid out, right? If you follow the systems, you won't be punished and you will be rewarded. If you break the rules of the systems, you will be punished. That's a different thing. This is a system made by humans to protect the society, to protect the civilization, to continue human lives in a smooth manner. Now, this is the reason we think that if we do good things to other people or good things in general, then we will be rewarded back by some good events in our lives. But there is hardly any correlation between these two. Like, if we go to a very subtle detail, interpersonal interaction. Suppose you're interacting with someone, suppose it's your partner, maybe, or suppose it's your colleague in your office. You have a relationship with them, right? So if you always do good things to them, do you feel guaranteed that they will give you back reward, or some divine force will give you reward for being good to them for no reason? Suppose I'm sitting here on my terrace making this video, and what if suddenly a thunderbolt cracks open from the sky and falls on me? Isn't that fair? You don't think that's fair? Yes, that's absolutely fair, because it's random, and random is fair. Fair is random. Anything can happen to anybody in this world. Anything can happen to anybody. What will happen doesn't matter, doesn't depend on what the person has done before. That's the beauty of randomness, and that's the beauty of fairness. You think if you do good to others, they will be good to you too. They will reward you back with benefits, with privileges, with good behaviors, with good deeds. You have to be very careful while being good to others, because most people in their subconscious mind perceive goodness as their weakness, and you don't want to be looking like a prey in front of a predator. We all think that we are good people. We all think we do good deeds, but still bad things happen to us, right? Sometimes the bad things happen to us because we are overly good to some people, and nature can strike you at any time. It doesn't care whether you are a good person or not. Accidents happen. They happen to good people too, because the core truth is this universe is random. This universe is very unstable. And if you think about it, the earth is dangling in the space, rotating around the sun, the fireball, and the nature is very unstable. Anything can happen anytime, and it doesn't matter whether you are a good person or not. If someone does a crime and there is no proof, there is no circumstantial evidence, there is no video evidence, there is no witness, they will get away with it. Who will prove that that person has done crime? If that person doesn't have a guilt or a conscience, then that person will deny it, and no one can put a finger on that person. Who will bring them to justice? We live in a civilized society these days, and that's why we forget the rules of the nature. And the rules of the nature governs every action. In this world, you are either a prey or a predator. If you are a prey, then either you have to hide out, or you have to defend yourself. And if you are a predator, then you have to prey on the prey, because you have to survive. That's the way the world works. You are either a prey or a predator, and you have to choose between the two. You cannot do good deeds and just hope that good things will follow. You have to look out for yourself, and you have to be prepared for the worst. You have to be prepared knowing the fact that gruesome things can happen to you too, and you have to prepare yourself For that, you have to defend yourself. You have to work it out because the universe is random and randomness is fair. So the fair thing is that bad things can happen to anyone, not only bad people. And there's no guarantee that bad people don't get away with. Every now and then they get away with after doing a crime or doing a bad thing. So the correlation between good outcome and good thing and good deed and bad outcome and bad deed, it's just made up. There's no correlation like that. Anything can happen to anybody, and you have to keep it embedded in your mind so that you can be prepared for future. Of course, you have to be a good person. You will always have to do good things. You will always have to follow the rules of the society. But there's no harm in being prepared. You have to be prepared physically, and most importantly, you have to be prepared mentally for the bad days that might come to you too. But above all, never be afraid to face anything. You have one life, and you have to face whatever comes at you and survive well. So, work on yourself, work on your mental strength, on your mental health, on your physical health, and look out for the enemies because they are out there. And never stop fighting because you have your breath. Anything you can fix, anything you can get over. So just keep hope, keep fighting, and never back down. Thank you for watching the video.